Hey babes, it's your girl Jamie here, and today we're going to be talking about my tips to beat seasonal depression. So let's get into them.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
All right, y'all. So straight up, I live in Alaska, which low key I feel like is gotta be the depression capital of America. It is so miserable when it is this dark outside. We are at the point where we're only seeing maybe 4 hours of daylight. We are getting into the deepest stretches of winter. And if you guys notice, I haven't really been doing Vlogmas this past week. And that is because the seasonal depression hit. Okay, the seasonal saddies hit. And this is the first time I feel like I got over it really quickly. And I don't say got over it lightly because I do suffer from seasonal affective disorder. So literally, I do get depressed based off of the weather. And this is the first year in Alaska. This is my third year here. This is my first winter where I wasn't dealing with depression the entire winter. This is the first time that I really wasn't tripping. And then I just had this 1 week where I was like, oh yeah, seasonal saddies are here, buddy, and then moved on from them. And I think these tips are why I was able to move on from it so quickly and just bounce back into being happier, feeling grateful, and all of those things. So I want to share these tips with you guys. Number one was getting my vitamin D supplement in. And on top of that, being on top of all of my supplements. Now, lucky for me, I partnered with Black Girl Vitamins a while ago and I loved their vitamins, but I didn't realize how life-changing their vitamins would be. Their vitamin D supplement has 250% of the vitamin D you need. And I don't know about you guys, but I never really connected the fact that most vitamin D supplements only have 100% or, maybe they'll have 150%. I don't think I have seen vitamin D that has 250% of your needs. And as a woman of color, anybody with melanated skin, honey, we are typically prone to being vitamin D deficient because of the melanin in our skin, right? We are made to be out in the sunshine. We are made to glow. But that also means that we have that built-in protection from the sun, so we're not getting as much vitamin D as those who have less melanin than us. So we're already prone to vitamin D deficiency, but I didn't realize how much it can affect your mood until I started taking the Black Girl Vitamins D3. So the vitamin D3, that 250%, I swear, that is the only real change that I made in my winter routine, you could say. Yes, I work out. Yes, I'm more in touch with my PCOS. Yeah, all these things. You can make all these excuses, but I'm genuinely going to say, I think the vitamin D3 made the biggest difference because I started it in the beginning of fall. So when it started getting dark is when I started that vitamin D supplement. That's when I did the PR video with them. They just sent it over to me and it was an affiliate link. It wasn't sponsored. It's still not sponsored, but Black Girl Vitamins has been so generous to send me over 2 things to give away to you guys. So they sent me over their vitamin D3 supplement and their collagen. These are my 2 favorite supplements from them. So they sent them over to me to give away to you guys. So make sure you stay until the end of the video to find out how to join this giveaway. But I mainly am excited to be giving them away because I feel like they are the ones that really changed things for me when it came to my seasonal depression. And I genuinely also noticed just an overall improvement in my health with being on top of all my vitamins. The big heavy hitters that I feel have helped me with my seasonal depression are definitely the vitamin D3, omega-3s, and magnesium. Those are the 3 that I feel I used to slack on a lot. And now that I'm not slacking on them, I have noticed a big difference for me. I also love their collagen. I've seen that my hair, my skin, my nails, everything is just looking better. And I've been on their collagen for a couple months now. So it's not this is a new thing. I have been trying it for a bit. I love Black Girl Vitamins. I have a coupon code down below. So if you want to be shopping, it'll be linked below, but also stay until the end of the video to learn how to join the giveaway so you can get those guys for free sent to you so you can try them out without paying. All right, guys, my next tip is actually cutting back on alcohol. So I have 2 non-alcoholic drinks here. I'm going to tell you guys why. Because you guys know I'm not shy to a cocktail, honey. You know I love me a good glass of wine, a little cocktail, a little something, okay? Here's the thing. Alcohol is a depressant. If you're already depressed, why would you add a depressant to that? Does that make sense? And I understand it's the holidays and we are going to all these parties and we're hanging out with friends and we're having these big highs of enjoying being around the people we love. You know, I feel like at the holiday time, people are friendlier, people are happier. Like, girl, even in Alaska, because most people are just like, honey, help thy neighbor. They didn't get that memo. And maybe because Californians are extra nice. I don't know, girl, but I just, okay, they don't be having all that love and spirit. But during the holidays, even they're a bit nicer. You know, they're a bit nicer to people, okay? So you notice that people are happier, it's nicer. It's almost this like bubble of being with the people you love and smiling and happy, and it's Christmas and all I want for Christmas and blah, 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 right? It's that vibe. But then you still have to go to work. You still have to deal with like family issues around the holidays because you're around a lot of family. It also brings a lot of stress if you have like dysfunctional family relationships, or maybe you don't want to be single this Christmas, but you're single and you're around all these couples and your friends are getting engaged, and it's a lot. You know, people are announcing pregnancies and you want to be pregnant and all of these things. The holidays can bring a lot of good and a lot of bad. With that, there's also a lot of drinking and like party culture around the holidays, which I have no problem with. I love to celebrate. You know, I do. I love a good glass of wine. I love a cocktail. It's fun. It's a vibe. But I've also noticed that with alcohol being a depressant, there is no reason to add that on top of you already feeling depressed. So to me, it's like being on fire and then pouring gasoline on yourself. Like, sis, what is you doing? What is you doing? So to me personally, if I'm already feeling depressed, I'm already feeling that dip, I'm not going to engage in drinking. And instead, I have found different mocktail recipes that I can bring to parties, and they give the same vibe of having a cocktail, having a drink with everyone without you having to drink, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have to stand out and be the one person that's like, I'm just drinking a soda. Like, you don't have to be that person either, because I like the look of a cocktail too. Like, I like the vibe. It's just an energy. It's very sexy. I feel like it's very like girly, cute, hottie vibes. I love everything about it. So I have learned to make mocktails that give me that same energy. So I'm going to share some of my favorites with you guys. Number one, this has been a sleeper hit. We actually picked this up when my parents were here because my dad doesn't drink. So we were coming up with like fun little mocktails to make while they were here. And my dad found this seed lip non-alcoholic spirit. This is the Notas de Agave. So this is a prickly pear, lime, and agave flavored beverage. Honestly, this just gives like non-alcoholic tequila, and I love it. But it doesn't have the same like burn of tequila, but I mean, I'm a tequila drinker, so I love this one. It really does give like tequila cocktail vibes. Me and my husband actually literally just had mocktails with this last night. I made them for us. So our mocktail recipe is a shot of this each. So it'll be like 2 shots of this, and then we will do the glass agua frescas. Now I get this on Amazon. This is my absolute favorite. It's so delicious. This is limeade cucumber. They are low calorie, sugar free, so delicious. And I will take one of these straws. They also come with like the big picture versions and stuff, so you can order it however you want to order it. But I personally love the limeade cucumber the most. So I will take this, put it in a sparkling water. We'll either do like a lime LaCroix, a lime bubbly, something lime though, to bring out that limeade flavor in this one. And then I'll put a magnesium in there. So we have magnesium powder that's like raspberry lemon flavored, but it really just gives like a lemony tartness, I guess. And I'll put 2 scoops in there for us. Perfect. It's a calming, relaxing cocktail, but you're still having a cocktail. You're still getting that relaxing effect that you would get from alcohol without actually having the alcohol. It tastes delicious. You get that little burn in there like you had a cocktail as well, because this does have a little bit of a bite to it, even though it's non-alcoholic. And I love it. It just gives that cocktail-y vibe without having a cocktail. Another favorite, I am an Aperol Spritz girl. Aperol Spritz me down. Okay, I love an Aperol Spritz. I love Aperol Spritz. That is my drink, honey. That is my drink. But obviously, if I am in a little bit of a seasonal depressive dip, then I'm not going to be having alcohol. So I picked up, what is it? Liar's Italian Spritz. This is the non-alcoholic spirits. And basically, this is Aperol. This is Aperol without the alcohol. And I should mention that 1 fluid ounce serving of this is 25 calories, and a 2 fluid ounce serving of this is 0 calories. So there's no calories in this one too. So it's a real low calorie cocktail with this one. With this guy, I will do a shot of this. I will do kombucha instead of Prosecco. And then I will do like a bubbly water of some kind. Usually I try to find like a peach flavor. My favorite is the G-Forest white peach or lychee. Those ones are so delicious. So I will use those with a little kombucha and this guy. And it totally gives Aperol Spritz vibes without having an Aperol Spritz. It's also like good for your tummy because kombucha is good for your tummy, and it just gives like that little cocktaily vibe, you know what I'm saying? The other brand of alcohol-free beverages that I'm obsessed with, like I genuinely want to be on their PR list so badly, it hurts my soul, is Free AF. I have drinking what? English. Okay. Well, how do you say it? Okay. Girl, okay. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. Okay, I love the Free AF ones. I have been drinking them for years now, because I figured this out in Alaska, like basically our first winter here, that alcohol and this depressive winter were not a good mix. So I started drinking them then, and Free AF, their cocktails are so good. They have a rosé one that literally tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. It's so, oh my God, it's so good. And their Aperol Spritz one is hands down my favorite. I love their Cuba Libre, I believe. And that's Diet Coke and lime cocktail, like with vodka basically is the vibe of that one. They are so delicious. Guys, if you haven't tried Free AF, you need to pick them up. I'm so serious. They're so good. It's really like, it tastes like you got a cocktail at a bar, but there's no alcohol in it. And in the Free AF drinks, they have like they call it like their magic ingredient. And basically it gives the vibe of like you had a drink, but there's no alcohol in it. So it's like, it's an adaptogen, however you say it. I have to do more research, but I love them. I've been drinking them for years. I just don't know how to say it. Adaptogen, whatever. The mushrooms. Okay. You know how everybody does the mushroom stuff and they're like, oh, it's good for you. Like lion's mane and all this stuff. Basically theirs has some like an adaptogen in it that gives you that like bubbly vibe of like, ooh, had a cocktail, but like, there's no alcohol. And I love those. They are very expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. They are like $35 for a pack, and it's like a 12 pack. I feel like they're really expensive, but and they're hard to get for me. Like I have to order them from Amazon. It can take almost 2 weeks to get here. Like it is a lot to get them, but that should tell you how much I like that product. If I'm willing to go through all of that to get it here in Alaska for just a 12 pack, like I love them. When we go home in California or like when we get to Vegas for Christmas, I'm definitely going to be picking up packs because I love it. I actually just think they taste good. I like the vibe they give you. Like it gives you that, like I had a cocktail vibe without you having to have had a cocktail. So that means you don't wake up with any Sunday scaries or anything. If you're someone that gets like the Sunday scaries or that dip after you've had alcohol the next day, I just love them for that. So if you are someone who is looking for some non-alcoholic options, here are my favorites. I actually think I'm going to put out a vlog that has like all of my mocktail recipes in it in one video. I'm like debating if I should do that for you guys right before holiday parties. So let me know in the comments down below if that is something you would be interested in. I usually will make the cocktail mix. Like I am the one who usually brings the drinks to parties. I'm like the cocktail queen. So what I like to do is make a big mix of like the cocktail, whatever cocktail I'm making. I make agua frescas, like all these different things. I'll just bring a big old pitcher and then a bottle of alcohol. That way it is up to you if you want to add alcohol or not. So sometimes I will bring my non-alcoholic one and I will put shots of my non-alcoholic one in my big drink mix while other people are putting shots of tequila or vodka or whatever they want to pick. That way nobody feels like they're being put on blast if they want to drink or don't want to drink, right? That's how I feel, at least. Like, I don't think it needs to be this big thing if you want to drink or don't drink, but I do feel like sometimes it can feel that way when everybody else is like holding a beer or holding like alcohol, and then you're just like, here's my Sprite, you know, nothing wrong with it, but like you can feel a little disjointed from the vibe. So there's like a lot of non-alcoholic options out there. I highly recommend you guys checking them out, and you know, just seeing if it works for you. All right, y'all. My next tip is actually going to be getting into hobbies and getting off your phone. Now, I have said this before and I'm going to stick to it. Comparison is the thief of happiness. We spend so much time on social media comparing ourselves to others and being like, oh, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. I want this. I want that. La, 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 la. Be quiet. Comparison is the thief of happiness. If we spend all day comparing ourselves to what other people have, what other people want, shopping for what they have, putting ourselves into debt, Afterpay, all these things, honey, Afterpay, all that stuff. No, we don't need to be doing that. Okay. What we need to do is appreciate what we already have. So what I started doing was getting into hobbies. You guys know I've talked about like painting sets in my Vlogmas videos. And I think I've talked about sewing possibly in a Vlogmas video. I'm not really sure, but I've gotten back into sewing and I just really want to get my hobbies back, I guess. I've gotten into coloring. I've just hands-on hobbies that you can't be on your phone and do. I'll play music in the background. I'll play somebody's YouTube video who's just like talking like a podcasty kind of thing, whatever. I'll play that in the background and I will sew or I'll paint, I'll color, I'll even read, okay? Anything. I've become a Kindle girly, you know what I mean? Anything but be on my phone scrolling. And I think that helps your mental health so much. We don't realize it, but when our mental health starts going down, we really start indulging in habits that are not going to benefit us. When I hit my little seasonal depression, the last thing I ever want to do is work out. The last thing I want to do is turn off TikTok, turn off YouTube. Right? Like I want to be there in my misery scrolling, looking at things, like distracting myself from the fact that I'm miserable, but it's not really distracting myself. It's just making myself more miserable because I'm looking at what other people have and I'm saying like, why don't I have this? Why can't I do that? Why don't I look like this? Blah, 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 blah. It's not smart. It's just not. And, we are creatures of habit. Right? We get stuck in these routines, but truly sitting there scrolling on your phone is not going to help you get out of your seasonal depression. It's literally not. So after you finish this video, girl, to be honest, I say log off and go do an activity. Okay, to be real, go cook something, go bake something. I don't know, but get off your phone is what I'm saying. Turn off TV, be in the real world, because we can get trapped in this and it really isn't good for us. So what I like to do is I've really gotten into sewing. I've really gotten into painting and coloring, baking, cooking, learning new recipes, like learning how to make gluten-free things. I just made gluten-free bagels this week and I made like a whole gluten-free pizza, gluten-free dairy-free pizza. Like, I don't know, just doing things that are with your hands that keep you off of your devices. I really have been enjoying it and I would highly recommend everyone start diving into a hobby that has nothing to do with the internet. And I know that sounds so privileged to say because not everybody has a sewing machine. Not everybody has a kitchen to cook in. I understand. So I would say find a hobby that you can do that is within your realm of something you can do. Maybe you really like to read. Start reading more instead of being on, TikTok and Instagram. However you can do it, I highly recommend you try it. Even if it's just sitting outside instead of scrolling on your phone. Any little bit will help a bunch. All right, guys, my next tip is practice gratitude daily. And on top of that, I'm also going to say one that might be a little bit controversial, but it brings me a lot of peace. And to be honest, I think there's a reason that there is that recommendation of it with mental health in general when it comes to the professional side, because you guys know I have degrees on the psychological side of mental health. I don't talk about it that much on my channel because it's not a skill that I use every day on this channel, but this video in particular, there's a little bit of an overlap. So number one, practicing gratitude. I use a 5-minute journal. I love this thing. There's no other way around it. This is a great starter journal. I will say I suck at doing the evening portion. I forget. Sue me. I don't know. But I love the 5-minute journal. I really do. I just think it's amazing. It reminds you to be grateful every day. If you guys haven't ever done a 5-minute journal, it basically gives you like a quote about gratitude. Okay, I've done this for years. I've had multiples of these. Like I've done these for years. So basically it gives you a quote from someone. It has you write 3 things you're grateful for. And then it has what would make today great. So you write 3 things that would make your day great, and then you write your own daily affirmation. In the evening, you're supposed to write 3 highlights of the day and 1 sentence on what you learned today. That's literally it. That's why it's called the 5-minute journal. And that is why this one journal is so famous and so popular, because it truly is a great way to just get in touch with yourself every single day and get in touch with gratitude every single day. The other thing, now, I am Christian, so I do the She Reads Truth Bible. I love my Bible. I read literally just 1 section of my Bible every single day, and it brings me so much peace. I recommend getting in touch with the higher power. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be Christianity, because I would say that I'm not a textbook Christian by any means. My beliefs don't exactly align with the mainstream Christianity belief, because I believe that everyone is created because God loves all of us, and it doesn't matter who you love, and it doesn't matter, a lot of things. Okay, it doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter who you love. God loves you. That's the belief that I have. So just putting that out there. Okay, I'm an ally. Okay, so for me personally, my Christianity, I read the Bible with a grain of salt, because some things in the Bible, I feel like people forget the overarching message is just that God loves all of us and that he's there for all of us. And that's the viewpoint that I read my Bible with. So some parts of the Bible are saying things that maybe aren't in line exactly with my beliefs, but I understand that because, the way that I learned the Bible, I was raised Christian. The way that I learned the Bible is the overarching thing is just like we grow and adapt and change, and our minds grow and adapt and change, we're created in his image. So, he had to grow and adapt and change as well. Get me? So yeah, I would say being in touch with a higher power. For me personally, when it comes to Christianity, I really, really love reading my Bible every day. It brings me peace. It puts me in touch with a higher power, and it reminds me that I'm not alone. And that is the main thing. When you are feeling depressed, you're going to feel like you're alone, like you have nobody. Even if you're in a room of people who love and adore you and are screaming your name, you could still feel alone when it comes to depression. So I personally think practicing gratitude, noting the things I'm grateful for, and then getting in touch with a higher power and just reminding myself I'm not alone. There's always someone walking beside me. Even if I can't see them, he's always there, guiding me and helping me along the way. Like, that belief is so powerful in keeping yourself out of these depressive dips. And I think even if you believe in a higher power, you call the higher power something else, or, you believe, shoot, girl, even if you think it's an alien, okay, whatever you believing that there's always somebody in your corner is such a strong belief, and it will help you with your mental health. And there is a reason why you see it recommended in a lot of these mental health services. And we're just going to leave it at that. Okay. All I'm saying is both of those things will help you a lot with your seasonal depression. And in the comments, y'all best keep it respectful, because you will get blocked if you're saying anything crazy down there. All right, y'all. The next one, can't leave it out. Daily movements. I talk about this in like every video because it's like life-changing. So my daily movement has really been coming from my treadmill desk, straight up, because I have not been in the mood to work out. I have not been in the mood, honey. When your seasonal depression hits, the last thing you want to do is get up and move at all. But the way that my desk is set up is there's no chair. So I don't really got the choice to sit down no more. I literally took my office chair out of the room. So I made it so that if I want to sit, I literally have to go retrieve a chair. And if I want my comfy office chair, I actually have to go all the way upstairs, take the office chair down the whole flight of stairs and bring it into this office and move the treadmill and adjust the desk down to a sitting position. All of that to sit down. Baby, I ain't sitting down. I'm gonna keep walking on that treadmill. Yes, I am. Because one thing about me, being lazy, honey, the path of least resistance. Walking on the treadmill is the easier way than doing all of that to sit in a comfy chair, right? I could get one of my kitchen chairs, but they're not meant for you to be sitting in for hours typing on a computer, okay? So yeah, that's what I did to make sure that I get in daily movement. If I'm working on the computer, I'm walking on that treadmill. I like to do an hour minimum walking before I allow myself to, stop walking on the treadmill. And maybe I'll just be standing. Maybe I will get a kitchen chair and sit for like an hour, because they're not designed to be super comfy to sit there for hours and hours and hours. That's why I like using them at my desk. So it makes me want to get up and get back on the treadmill. But that daily movement has been life changing, because you're getting that little boost of endorphins like all day long without having to do like a really hard sweaty workout. You're just walking on the treadmill. And then on top of that, I'm getting work done. So I'm editing a video for you guys. Right after this, I'm going to make my morning smoothie and get on the treadmill and edit this video. I'm making the thumbnails. I'm responding to emails. I'm working with companies. All of these things are being done while I'm moving my body. And I love it. And I understand that the treadmill desk and the under desk treadmill is such a privilege. So I would highly recommend, with Christmas coming up, that's something you ask for if you really want that, because even just being at home, like, I know some of us don't work from home, totally understand that. So maybe you could ask for like a mini stepper so that you're on the mini stepper while you watch TV in the evening, or you could ask for a walking pad and be on that in the evenings while you're watching TV. Walking pads are, I believe mine was only 100. It was on sale for Black Friday, and it was like only 100, because I actually had one before when I worked a job from home, and I returned it when I stopped working that job, because I was like, well, what do I need a treadmill desk for? And within a week of not having it, I regretted returning it. And I was like, damn, I should have kept that, And then it wasn't in stock. So it's not like I could order it back. And then we set up our outdoor gym, and I was just doing the outdoor workouts. But I always in the back of my mind was like, dang, I really should get that under desk treadmill back. And I'm so happy I got it back, because man, it really does make a difference. If you work from home and you have the ability to do so, highly recommend a standing desk with the treadmill. Like, oh my God, it's a life changer. It's a game changer. Also, you could ask for a cycling bike if you want to be someone who cycles. I've even seen cycling desks where it's like a cycling bike with a desk on top, which is kind of cool. So yeah, there's plenty of different ways to get in your daily movement. I bought a Pilates bar kit from Amazon, and I do like Pilates bar workouts and stuff. There's so many different ways to get in your daily movement, but get in daily movement. You could do a Grow with Joe video. I mean, if you're watching my video right now on YouTube, then you have access to Miss Grow with Joe. And y'all know I'm a big fan of hers. So Fitness Marshall, love Fitness Marshall. You could do a Fitness Marshall workout. There are so many different ways to get yourself in shape. And to just get your daily movement in and feel good in your body, get that endorphin boost. So I highly recommend getting your daily movement however you get it. My next tip is going to be reorganizing your space. And this kind of ties into the final tip, which is deep cleaning. So I guess we can like put them in a little bubble together. So reorganizing your space. I notice that when I'm like in a depressive state, everything is bleh to me. Like everything looks the same. Everything's giving like blah, blah, blah. Okay, everything's gray and just bleh. So what I like to do is reorganize my space. Y'all remember, okay, maybe this is just me. Maybe this is the millennial in me, all right? But I'm 30, so I'm like a end of the line millennial. Like I'm at the edges of millennial cutoff. But okay. Do y'all remember when you would reorganize your whole room and then you would call your mom in there and be like, look, and you would have moved your bed and your dresser and changed your little posters around at like 2:00 in the morning. And then you wake your mom up on Saturday morning and you're like, look at my room. It's like a whole new place. Do you remember doing that? Because I distinctly remember doing that. I distinctly remember at 2 a.m. changing my whole room around. Especially in the summer. Y'all remember the summer nights, you would want to just reorganize your whole room for some reason. I don't know, y'all. But we used to be doing that. And so I want you to bring that energy back now. So it'll feel like you're in a new space. It'll open your eyes to the beautiful things you already own, and it will help you see the world in a different lighting, right? It gives you that dopamine hit of like, wow, everything's new. I'm telling you, it really works, guys. I'm about to like reorganize both my offices, okay? Because I I want to. I want to like reorganize my little sewing space, and I want to do like an office makeover. Like, I don't know. I just want to. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And the final tip is deep cleaning. Cleaning your space. When you are in a depressive slump, it is so easy to not clean, to not take care of yourself, to not shower, to not bathe, all of these things. Cleaning is so meditative. It is such a meditative, calming task. And on top of that, it links into our other tip of staying off of our phones and staying off social media. So what I like to do is put on some headphones, listen to a podcast, and just clean. Empty your brain and clean. Listen to the podcast, do the robotic movements of cleaning, and block everything else out. And it will give your mind a bit of a reprieve from this depressive state you're in. And I understand we are all in different states of depressive symptoms. So some people, you can't get up. Even if you are like almost bedbound from your depression, try to like smooth your blankets, fluff your pillows, right? Like even that little bit of like cleaning and making it look nicer for you, change the lights in the room maybe, right? Like instead of having the lights off all day, turn the lights on all day. These little things will make a big difference. Open the curtains. Even if it's like me and it's pitch black outside, dude, open the curtains because it'll feel like you've opened up your space in some kind of way. These are just little things you can do that will make a humongous difference. So guys, we have reached the end of the video. So now I can tell you how to enter my giveaway with Black Girl Vitamins. So number one, you need to subscribe to this channel. Hey girl, join the fam, click that subscribe button. Number two, you're going to follow me on Instagram. I will have a link down below. It's at Hey Jamie Vaughn. I'm over there and I'm going to be over there a lot more in the new year. Hence why you guys are going to have to go follow me on Instagram so you can see what's going on over there. Number three, you're going to comment down below your Instagram handle and one thing you do to cure your winter blues with a blue heart emoji. That way I know you are a contestant for our giveaway. All right. This is going to go until December 31st, and I will randomly choose a winner on January 1st. I will be contacting you from my Instagram account, so you should be following me. Therefore, you'll know it's me that is messaging you, and you can make sure it's not some sketchy, like fake profile. So you will be messaged by me, and I will ask for your shipping information so I can ship it out to you, and that will be our giveaway. So guys, make sure you join the giveaway, and of course, if you haven't joined our fam, please join our fam. We are over here twice a week, every week, and we just kick it. We love to chit chat over here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm praying for all of you that are dealing with seasonal depression because it is no joke, honey. But just remember, you're not alone. We're all in this one together, and I love you guys very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows in the rain.